The Center for Teaching and Learning and Academic Technology sponsors what are called teaching scholar groups.
It usually is comprised of about 8 to 12 faculty members.
So there are 11 M-Learning scholars that were chosen, and this group is focused on using mobile devices in the teaching and learning process.
But really, they're in charge. They're the ones who are leading the group.
So my name is Michal Timken Martinez, and I am a linguistics professor in the English department. We're working on documenting one of the refugee languages spoken by one of the 2 Somali Bantu communities here. We're going to be learning about their culture and about their oral history. The language is called Kizigua, and we're documenting it. It's never been documented before, and there's very little literature about it in the linguistics research literature, so it's very exciting. And so we thought it would be really great to use the iPod Touches so that when the student first meets with the elder, they don't have a huge camcorder in front of the elder. The idea is to, lower the intimidation and to encourage more, a more personal touch to their work with the elder. One of the greatest benefits for me as an instructor being in this mobile learning program is the colleagues.
Primarily we're using the technology for clinical, which is called Respiratory Care 228. In the class they're actually in different hospitals throughout the valley, and they use the technology really as a reference. So when they read through maybe the patient's history, they'll come across disease states. If it's a disease state maybe we haven't covered in class yet, they can check into that. Or even if it's something covered in class and they just can't remember the details of it, it gives them an opportunity to look up that. So having the device, again, they can access things like Hippocrates and look up those medications. Many physicians are carrying around handheld devices to access information. Most of the hospitals have a Wi-Fi access that the students are able to use to access the information that is only found on the internet. The students have been able to download some PDFs, so they always have some information that the device can be used for.
I'm using it in a graduate seminar course that's cross-listed between the geosciences and the biology department, which is a GK-12 informal science education seminar. They're using the iPod Touches to record their teaching interactions, and the graduate students develop and deliver educational activities at those centers that relate to their field of expertise. So they're kind of scientists in residence at these local learning centers. So this is a program that was designed to help improve scientists' communication skills. The iPod Touches provide a kind of fast, easy way for everyone in the group to have a better picture of what's going on. It's allowed me to see more of what's going on at the different centers, and I think has allowed the fellows to do that as well and to get ideas from each other.
It's an introductory class for music education majors at about the sophomore level, where they've completed a lot of the basic competencies in our music core curriculum, and they're transitioning to start taking courses in teacher training where they're learning to apply those skills to actual teaching careers. So what we're doing with the devices is enriching that field report, where now they can use the media capabilities of the device to capture audio, capture video, basically use the device to create a much more rich field report that they turn into me. So when I assess what they're learning in the field, I can get a lot more direct information about what it is that they're seeing and how they're reflecting on that information. The guidelines are the same as the traditional written report. I'm asking them to see and tell me about what did they see that the teacher's objective was.
It's a struggle. So I heard another teacher said that they wanted their room to be the funnest room that a kid enters that day.
Basically, it's designed around capturing the content in the field and then manipulating it once they get back to a Wi-Fi connection where they can do something with that content.
I have a class of Masters of Social Work students that are in what we call field practicum, and the students are out in the community working in different agencies, finishing up their practicum kind of clinical hours, working with people. They're getting to use it any way they want, see what different ways they could use it, what things would be helpful. We did an app for medical terminology, and then looking at different depression scales, different testing things that are, some of the students out in one clinic are looking at that. I've got another student looking at resources for how to, apps for children. She's working with some pediatric children, different things. Each student's going to do an interview in their agency so that students in the future can look at that agency, see what types of social work goes on, so that not every student in the future has to go out and meet people or go and see the agency.
We are trying to create a mobile initiative here at Boise State, and so this M-Learning Scholars Program was one of the first steps in moving towards that. We've since freed up other plans, have been in other places to have this all orchestrated together so that we'll have something to do during summer and fall of next year, and we're looking at a wider spread implementation sometime in the future, probably fall of 2012.